My name's Kevin Cottam, and I think I'm a bit of a global warrior. Now, what I mean by that is that I'm Canadian and British citizenship. I came from very simple beginnings in a logging camp on a lake, secluded. And now I live globally. I am a human being that enables other human beings to perform happily at their creative best. That is my whole purpose in life, is what I do, is helping people as a coach, a performance mastery coach, and being able to pull out that star within them. But why do I really do this? It's because it's my passion, my belief in humanity. There's a real spirit in people, and that spirit in people needs to be alive. And I see so many people that are not happy. I work now as a coach for managers and directors and CEOs in the public and private sector. And how do I get there? Because I transfer my knowledge. And also I took more training in those areas of coaching. But I've been coaching all my life. And the thing is that I want people to be happy and to do what they want to do. Because that's what I do. Somebody said to me the other day, how do you do this? You go from one country to the next to another country, and how do you do that? And I said, well, I don't really have a real true plan about it. I just do it. Because I don't see the risk in it. Sure, there's risk, but I mean, if I allowed that risk to get inside, it was like, oh, there's too much risk, I would freeze like most people do. But I don't see it as risk. I see it as adventure. I see it as knowledge. I see it as learning. I see it as development of my own spirit. I first started off as a figure skater. As a figure skater myself, and as a champion figure skater in Canada. And then as a choreographer for national world Olympic champions such as Kurt Browning, working with Christy Yamaguchi in American. Because I felt that that was my real essence, not necessarily to coach and train technique, but was to really bring out that creativity in individuals. And then I went on to directing very large productions, such as the closing ceremonies of the Calgary Olympics in '88, where I was the director and choreographer. At a time in my life I was so honored to be able to be a Canadian, but at the same time be able to see how I could put all of that into a choreography. And so what all of that is, how could I link people? How could I connect people? How could I connect them between themselves and the audience? How could I connect them to music and to a history of a country? And that's one thing that really I got excited about. And then a variety of other big touring figure skating shows, Disney on Ice or Holiday on Ice. I created 2 shows for them. One was Xotica and one was Energia. All very similar based with Cirque du Soleil because I love the fantasy and the mystery. But at the same time, there's an inner glow, an inner glory of the spirit that comes out. And I feel very honored and lucky in the way we went through the training. My belief is you need to connect to yourself first, and then you can start connecting to the team that you're around you, and then you can connect to the organization, and then in the piece of choreography you connect to all of the fabric, the music, the set, the lights, everything, but then on the outside of that is the audience. Those are the audience. Those are our people that we're working for, and we all have audiences. Doesn't matter who you are, what you do, you have an audience. If you have a dog, the dog might be your audience. And at the same time, I was a filmmaker, a dance filmmaker, because I was also a dancer. All of these pieces, I believe, are the theater within us. And that's what came from all the work that I'm doing right now, is that it's the theater in us. It's the characters within us. It's the roles that we play within us. But many people don't want to try or to diversify. One of the reasons that they don't want to do that is because their knowledge base is only in one area. People said to me, how can you do choreography for synchronized swimming and you don't know anything about synchronized swimming? You may think, what am I talking about? I was asked as a choreographer for figure skating, as an elite choreographer, to then transition into synchronized swimming. And synchronized swimming is a very different medium, but it's the same concept. It is about choreography. It's movement. And if you don't know the technique, then you learn about it. And if not, somebody else will teach you. That's about transference of knowledge. We can transfer it from platform to platform, from different areas of our life. And I think that's one of the reasons I do stuff, is because I'm so curious. I'm interested. And from there, what happened was with myself is that I thought, this is not enough for me. Something else has to appear. And so what appeared was I was very confused. I was extremely confused at what I was doing when I moved to Europe in 2003. I met a coach when I was designing a wedding. But again, it's the same thing. It's a choreography. It's a dance. She listened to me. And she says, you seem to be a bit confused about where you're going. She says, I can help you with that. And I went, oh. Because I had been coached before as a child, because I have also been a coach, I thought, wow, this would be cool. So it was cool. And what happened was, out of the whole coaching, I decided that I really wanted to extend myself past the physical environment of art and sport into management and also into public and private sector. Because I thought, those people are human beings as well. They all have stardom. They all have beautiful jewels inside of them. How can I make them be the best that they will? Or how can they allow themselves to be the best that they are? One of the greatest mentors in my life was my mother. My mother was a woman that always said to do what you feel you want to do. She said that your voice is really important and to do the best you can do and don't worry about other people and what they say. What I did and what I believe other people do on an ongoing basis, and some people are not doing with their life, is they're not opening the door. They're not putting the key in the door. Put the key in the door, open the door, and look on the other side. You'll see something magical. You might see something that's very scary. But if you don't cross the threshold, you'll never be you. You'll be the lesser you by not experiencing. It's about you taking the key, and you have the key to your life. And that's exactly what I did. And I never thought about it in many ways. I just did, because that was really what was in my spirit. This is exciting. Let me see about doing that. But the point is being who you are. And that's what really comes out, and that's exactly the work that I do, is to help people to do that. No matter if they're athletes, they're entertainers, if they're managers or directors. I just am curious of people taking on their own spirit and walking with it into the world. We all are individuals. Do what's important for you. Do what you feel, as long as it's positive and it's doing good for humanity. And that's really the vital thing. And I think that's what my next step is removing some of the work that I do and going back to my creative essence. I want to see how also I can start working creatively in organizations, in innovation. Creativity and innovation is a way to performance leadership. And I quote one of the things that my mother has always said, just get on with it. So that's what I'm going to do.